Custer.
Greg Custer, St. Louis County. All right, Mayor Slay, what's going on? You got some curbside recycling going on?
Mayor Schneider.
What did I say? Mayor Slay. Sorry, Mayor Slay hasn't been on the show in 10 years. Mayor Snyder, you're on the show all the time.
That's right.
Because the city of Florissant is a proud and thriving city, thanks to your tutelage.
Because we didn't give Cronky any money.
That's another point. Yes, we'll get to that in a second. City of Florissant curbside recycling. What's going on?
Well, we're going to receive the first grant from St. Louis County. We've been very proactive on recycling for a long time. We put out a calendar every year for everybody put in their house to shows pictures and stuff of the city, but also every page on the calendar encourages them to do curbside recycling, single stream recycling. And we try to remind them to do that in our Focus magazine that we put out 5 times a year, and we promote it all the time. Environmental Quality Commission helps us do that, and Lou can tell you the details of the grant.
All right, so this program was funded by this grant?
St. Louis County, we're the only city that received a grant from St. Louis County Department of Public Health.
And what was the grant, and what's the purpose of the grant?
The purpose of the grant is to get the word out about trying to recycle more, not only in the Florissant region, but throughout the St. Louis region, the North County region, and throughout the state of Missouri. Period. You know, the grant was funded from St. Louis County Department of Public Health, utilizing the county landfill surcharge funds. So we're sending out a brochure to make people more aware of how easy it is to recycle. It's single stream recycling. It's a free charge from your waste hauler. It's a law that St. Louis County passed that every waste hauler in the St. Louis County offers recycling free to their residents, again, in the St. Louis County area.
Why is this the only city that got the grant?
Well, I'm not sure we can answer that, but we do have a pretty proactive program.
Okay,
And,
is this the first grant, or is this the only grant, or you want more people to sort of apply for these grants?
It's the first grant. There'll be others.
The first one, okay.
This is the first one we've got. City of Florissant was the only one that was granted the grant from St. Louis County Department of Health. There was other ones that applied, but they chose
when you say single streaming, what do you mean by single streaming?
Well, there's a plant in Bridgeton that does it shakes, rattles and rolls and blows and does all kinds of stuff. It separates.
Sounds like Johnny Londoff.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm going to say good things about Johnny Londoff. Johnny Londoff's one of the biggest employers in Florissant, and my son just bought an Impala from him.
All right.
Anyway, the single stream recycling plant separates aluminum from paper, from other kinds of metals, from plastic, and then it makes that into like a commodity, a plastic commodity, aluminum commodity.
Right.
And sometimes they make money in certain markets, and other times they always get money for the commodity, but the prices fluctuate. So sometimes the recycling plant actually gives the waste hauler a little bit of money, and then sometimes they have to charge a little bit or break even.
Right.
But it's better than putting it in a landfill where the waste hauler has to pay, and then we run out of landfill space.
Greg, what's the idea behind the grant? Or what's the idea behind the grant? What's
the idea behind the grant is we're trying to get more people to
create awareness.
Create awareness.
Yep. Again, how easy it is to do.
Yeah.
You know, people think it's such a hassle, but when you go to single stream recycling, you can put your newspapers in there, your paper
One
product.
container.
One
Just
container.
One container.
Is the container free from people
Yes.
who live in Florissant?
We'll drop it off right at your door.
Drop it right at the door.
And if you need 2, we'll give you 2.
And how does it work? Every Wednesday you put it out on the side of the street
Correct.
or something?
Yeah.
Every
It's a
Wednesday?
blue container.
It's the day that is before your normal
trash
day.
Kitchen waste.
What happens if someone puts something in the box that you're not supposed to?
That's what they call a contaminated loads.
It just creates a little more hassle at the plant. I mean, we try to educate people so we don't have that happen.
And that's part of this, what we're doing here. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha. All right, so the things you can recycle in this new Florissant: newspapers, magazines, junk mail, cardboard, plastic eggs and wax milk cartons, brown paper bags, aluminum cans, and just throw it all in there.
Steel cans, yeah.
Throw it all in there. Glass jars, plastic milk jugs, plastic bottles, even detergent bottles,
Yep.
phone books. Who's still making phone books?
Yeah.
And I like this last one. Political signs. We we shouldn't recycle them. We should just get rid of them once and for all. Do we have to bring them back?
No, political signs are great. They get people out to vote, and they create it. It's like flowers blooming up at election time. You know, it's
You're
you
asking
know,
a politician
it's in the eyes
if he
of the
needs
beholder.
political signs.
Yeah.
But we grab them off the right of way, and then and no matter, even if they're mine, and they're made out of plastics. Then a lot of them new ones are made out of plastic or paper, and we recycle those.
When are you
also.
going to run for president? When are you going to solve this problem?
I'm having a hard enough time just taking care of the city of Florissant, McGraw.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the now to find out more information. Where can people go to find out more?
At florissantmo.com or just call our city hall.
All right.
And can I give a shout out to somebody?
Yes, you can.
You know, we had
I've lost complete control of
we
the show
have
anyway.
a statesman that just passed away this past year, Jay Russell, and he was on state legislature for 26 years. But he brought us a Sherman tank. It's our de facto World War II memorial. You know, World War II veterans never asked for a memorial. But we dedicated it on a cold winter day last year, and I'd like to thank Russ Carnahan for coming to Florissant on a cold winter day to help honor Jay Russell and the tank that we have honoring our World War II veterans.
Mayor Tom Snyder, Lou Giles,
Yep.
and Greg Coster, St. Louis County. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Nope. Hate
Appreciate
to
it.
remind you, but I'm with City of Florissant as well.
I apologize. You're with the city of Florissant. How dare I?
You got 90 years of Florissant right here.
How dare I offend you by even insinuating
You're
with
not
St. Louis
offending
County?
me by anything. I'm just proud
Probably
to be
got
an
100
employee
years
of the
with
City
it.
of
100
Florissant.
years. Between all three of us, 100 years of Florissant.
826
Yeah.
here, Big 550, KT.